we had everything going against us.
Yeah, we were young, we were broke, we didn't know anything about business. We literally started from nothing.
We were never supposed to make it. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to episode
Number 10.
Number 10. We made it to 10.
Yes.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Went by quick.
Very fast.
So today we got an episode that I think you're going to enjoy. But before we start, we just want to thank you and remind you that we appreciate you. And every time you mention us on your Instagram, every time you send us a video, every time you comment on YouTube of what topics you want, I promise we are going to get to your topics.
Yes.
We are not ignoring you. There's one gentleman who's requested a topic every single episode, and we did not forget. We will get to it.
Yes, definitely.
But today's topic, I think, is one that, although it hasn't been a requested topic, I don't think, but I did get an in-person request for this when I spoke at another office a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And it's one that I think you can apply to your business right away. Literally, you could finish this video and put this to work. And so I think you'll enjoy it. What's the topic?
What are we calling this? The art of following up. Yes?
The art of following up, yes. How to follow up. How to follow up with a prospect who maybe no-showed on you once or twice.
Right.
How to follow up with a client that's pending because they got to think about it.
Right. So I think everything that we're going to talk about today can be applied to either one. Client side, business side, relationship side, whatever you got going on. Following up's important.
Yes, and one thing I'll say is that a lot of times, especially brand new and even a long time into the business, this is something that people battle with themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's because people are afraid. People are afraid of being annoying, afraid of bugging people. I think people have this insecurity that they're always like bugging people. And so we're going to kind of talk about a little bit about the psychology and all that stuff and how to, and a little bit of a do's and don'ts, but I think it'll be helpful.
Yeah. Those who follow up the most and follow up effectively make the most money. Mm-hmm. It really is an art. So when she says the art of following up, it's an art. It's one of the things that are scary for exactly what she said, which is I feel like I'm bugging people. But in this episode, we're going to give you 3 main focus points that I think will change your entire outlook on how you look at following up and will free your mind to do it and enjoy it, to do it and not be scared of it, and to do it and realize that following up's actually, it's in their best interest for you to continue doing it. It's not just for you. So Let's dive in.
Yeah, let's just start with how to follow up. So I think a rule of thumb that we always live by is that as long as you pre-frame something, you can do it. And what we mean by that is as long as you tell somebody up front what you're going to do, then you don't have to worry about bugging anybody. And to give you an example, if you tell somebody like, oh, I'm worried about calling somebody on a Sunday because like today's Saturday, right? So if you're worried about, I don't want to call somebody on a Sunday because Sunday is not usually business hours, right? But you want to call them, you just say, hey, I'm going to be in my office tomorrow. Can I give you a call tomorrow on a Sunday? As long as you tell them up front, it's not weird. You pre-framed it, right?
Yes. You said you can do anything as long as you tell them ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the best skills you could ever learn in the business is to tell somebody exactly what to expect.
Yeah, communicate. It's just communication. And I think, is it Grant Cardone who talks about the art of following up, right? And sometimes it takes up to 7 contacts with somebody in order to see a result. So just think about this. A lot of people, sometimes you get a number, you tell them, oh, hey, I'll call you when I get back into the office. And you call them, they don't answer, and then you leave it at that. But that was just like the first contact. Grant Cardone says it takes sometimes up to 7 on average to get, a result from your phone call or your client on whatever, right? So you have to keep trying up until that point or even past that point in order to see a result.
I was a phone call. So someone called me and they invited me to a BPM. It was my dad. And I didn't come on the first BPM. And my dad called and invited me to a BPM again the next week, and I didn't come again. And then he called me again the next week, and then I finally showed up. And I mean, I thank God all the time that he didn't just call once. And people can go, well, that's because you're his kid, so he can keep calling you. But the lady who invited my dad to the BPM called 3 weeks in a row as well. Mm-hmm. And he was very adamant about the fact that he wasn't going to show up and that he wasn't going to go and he couldn't and he wasn't open and he wasn't interested and all this other stuff. But she called 3 meetings in a row, and every time she called, she changed her script a little bit. But at the end of the day, man, it was the best decision. She quit the business, but had she stayed, that would have been the best thing she ever did. And then I'm very thankful that the follow-up was there. So
let me ask you some questions that I feel like we get a lot as far as when people are first learning how to follow up.
Okay.
So let's say, you go out, you went out today, you got, a few numbers. When would you first call them?
So it goes back to what she
prospect.
says is that if we're talking prospecting, I prospect Ronnie, I get her contact info. The very last thing, or one of the very last things I'm going to tell her is, hey, when I get in my office tomorrow, I'm going to get in front of my schedule. And once I have my schedule in front of me, I'm going to shoot you a call. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people like to go, oh, what's the best time for you? I don't ask that because she's not in control. I'm in control. Mm-hmm. And so I say, when I get in front of my calendar, I'm going to shoot you a call. So if I'm telling her that, then I'm telling her it's the next day. So just like Ronnie said, you have to tell them what to expect ahead of time. Now, if it's a Saturday, or let's pretend it's let's say Saturday, and I'm not going to make the call on Sunday because traditionally companies don't call an interview on Sunday. So I'll say on Monday when I get back into the office, I'm going to get in front of the schedule. I'm going to shoot you a call. So if I'm getting a prospect, I'm following up with that prospect within 12 to 48 hours. Mm-hmm. If I got her number on a Monday morning at Starbucks at 7 a.m., then I'll say, hey, this afternoon when I'm in front of my schedule and I have a free moment, I'll give you a call. So it's all based on what I tell her, but you have to tell her. Don't just, all right, I'll shoot you a call sometime.
Right, very vague.
Yeah.
So let's say you do call them on Monday. They don't answer. Do you leave a voicemail? And then if so, what does that voicemail sound like?
I'll leave a voicemail and I'll say, hey, Ronnie, this is Jay. Met you at Starbucks this morning. I'm in front of my calendar, just like I said. Shoot me a call back when you get an opportunity. Boom.
That's
Click.
it. So,
and
so
then
no over talking.
I'll also text her as soon as I hang up because not everyone listens to voicemail. Mm. So I'll text her, hey, Ronnie, this is Jay. Met you at Starbucks this morning. I'm in front of my calendar. Shoot me a call back when you get a chance. So text and a voicemail.
So very short, straight to the point. You're not getting into all these details.
Oh, the worst thing you could do. Hey, Ronnie, this is Jay. Met you at Starbucks this morning. Just wanted to call you because I really want to talk to you about the business. We work in the financial industry, and I really feel like you could be good at it. I think you could kill it. You could probably make a lot of money. You probably do really, really good. Give me a call back if you're interested because I'd love to set up a time where we could have you come to a BPM and you can meet my leader and drink the Kool-Aid. And, dude, it's like the stupidest thing you could do. Hey, Ronnie, it's Jay. Call me back. Boom.
Boom. Yeah. Nobody likes listening to long voicemails. Trust me.
I don't listen to long voicemails.
No.
And now the iPhone transcribes it for you. And I just skim that and I go, a waste of time.
Yeah, and you can see how many seconds or minutes the voicemail is.
Or even worse, you follow up with a text and you send them a text. You send all that in a text. Like, who the heck's going to read that? Mm-mm. So, no, very short, very sweet.
Cool. So then you leave them a voicemail. You shoot them a text really quick. Let's say they don't respond. What's the next step?
Of course they don't respond. Nobody responds the first time.
Yeah.
So then the next step would be later on that day, I'll shoot them another call.
Okay. The same day.
Yeah, shoot another call. I might catch her free. Mm-hmm. Here's the mentality behind it. One person, the dud, who doesn't have enough self-confidence and self-esteem and belief in what they're doing goes, oh, she didn't answer. She's ignoring me. Mm-hmm. But that's the total loser mentality. That's the wrong mindset. I'm going, oh, she was probably at work and not free. I'll shoot her a call again. So if I called you at 10, 11, 12, I'll call you at 6. Or I'll call you at 5:30 because the chances are you're off work and you're on your way home. So I shoot another call. And if she doesn't answer, I leave another voicemail. Hey, Ronnie, wanted to shoot you one more time before I go home. I'm getting ready to leave the office. Wanted to follow up with you. I know you're busy, so just hit me back. And then I'll shoot a text. Hey, left you another message. Tried to catch you, probably getting off work. Anyhow, give me a call back when you get a chance.
Cool. And so let's say I do answer.
Yeah.
Let's say I answer, we chat for a couple seconds, but ultimately I tell you, you know what, like timing's not really good right now. I'm actually pretty happy where I'm at. I love my job. I just got a raise.
Oh, well, then what the hell did you give me your number for? What did you give me your number for? No, so here's the deal. She answers the phone. We're not doing a presentation.
Right.
That's not the point of following up. The point of following up is to book an appointment, to book a meeting, to book a time to get together, to book a time to hang out, to book a time for you to visit the office. So Ronnie answers the phone. I'm not even going to give her an opportunity to tell me any of that nonsense. All I'm saying, hey, just like I told you, I'm in front of the calendar. Let's grab a time for you to swing by. Just so you know, Ronnie, I don't know if this is a good fit for you or not. I know this isn't your industry. But I'd love for us to at least sit down, and if nothing else is not a good fit, it's all good. I mean, I love to network and get to meet somebody new, and maybe you can shoot me a referral.
So
when are you free? Monday or Wednesday?
Yeah. So how do you? I know a lot of times people get stuck in having to answer all these questions and pretty much doing like a phone interview. How do you avoid doing that and just getting straight to
Speed, fast call. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? Hey, no, I'm good. Let's role play.
Sure.
Ring.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I told you when I get in front of the calendar, I'm going to grab a time for you to visit the office. I have a couple times available, not a ton. And I'll just tell you up front, like I said, I don't know if this is a good fit or not. I know in your head you may go, hey, you know what? I already got a job.
Right.
I just want us to get a time to sit down. So what's better for you? Do you prefer during the evening on the weekday, or do you prefer maybe a weekend, or what do you prefer?
Evenings.
Evening? Okay.
Yes.
So you're off at what, 5, 6?
6, yeah.
So if I put you down for like 6:45, would that work?
Yes.
I say 6:45 because I want to get you in and out so you can get home, have dinner, all that other stuff. I don't want to take your whole night.
Okay, that works.
All right, 6:45. Do you prefer Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Monday 6:45. I'll send you the address.
Perfect.
All right, see you then.
So fast.
Yeah, well, there's no room for questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people get on the phone, they do this. Answer.
Hello.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going good. It's kind of hot outside.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. It was just cold, and now all of a sudden it's 80
Yeah,
degrees.
it's super hot.
Yeah, okay. How's your family?
Oh, they're good. They're just,
Same stuff?
same stuff, different day.
Okay. Well, hey, I know like we met at Starbucks, and we didn't get a chance to talk a whole lot, but
What did you say that you did?
I work in financial planning.
Oh, okay. So you do what? Like
Like everything related to money, financial, life insurance, retirement stuff, things like that. Yeah.
Got it.
So I know you're a nurse, and I know this isn't your industry, but I wanted to just see if maybe we could connect and have a time for you to come visit our office and, kind of see what we do and then see if maybe it's something you like.
Yeah, I just work 12-hour shifts, so I know it's going to be difficult for me to find a time to come in.
Right. Well, we're flexible. We could
Okay.
work with your schedule.
Well, tell me, are you guys commission, hourly?
Are you guys seeing how this is going? It's a freaking shit show, dude. And no wonder you don't prospect. But I guarantee you, 80% of you listening to this, that's how your call goes. And look, people don't respect someone who can't get straight to the point.
And they can tell.
Oh, right away. It's not a secret. If your buddy messages you and he ain't talked to you in 4 years, and all of a sudden you get a Facebook message, hey, Ronnie, how are you? What's the first thing in your head?
What does he want?
Okay, so then why are you going to do that to other people? Get to the point. Nobody wants someone to talk to them that can't get to the point. Because the whole time all they're thinking is, number one, you don't give a shit how my day is. Number two, you really don't give a shit about my family. Number three, what the hell are you trying to sell me? Get to the point. And it's not that they're anti you selling them something. It's just get to the point. So when you follow up, you got to get to the point.
Yeah.
And do it quick.
Yeah, get to the point so I can find out what you're trying to sell me so I can decide if I want it or not.
Bingo.
Got it.
Exactly. I walk on the car lot. I say, hey, I want the Bentley GT, convertible. I want it in this dollar range. They're like, don't give me a 9-hour presentation
On all the different
and
models.
then tell me that it doesn't fit in my price range. Just get to the point. Can I get the car for what I want or not?
Yes.
That's it.
Cool. So let me ask you this then. So you got the prospect, called them, texted them, did this several times. When do you stop?
When do you stop following up? That's a good question.
Or do you still keep calling? I've never answered.
Well, you know me. Do I ever stop calling?
No.
Now I'm going to call
But
you
I know
forever.
that, but they don't know that.
I'm going to call you forever. Dude, I will continue to follow
And
up.
so what does that 10th voicemail sound like?
Well, we could go through the series of voicemails. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's go through the series of voicemails. I called Ronnie once. Man, this stuff's going to make you a lot of money if you do this crap.
Yes, this is gold.
This is everything. I call Ronnie once. Hey, Ronnie, give me a call when you get a chance. Boom. I call Ronnie later on. Hey, tried you again. I know you're probably at work. Shoot me a call back. Boom. She doesn't call me back. 2 days later, I call her again. She doesn't answer. Hey, Ronnie, I know you're busy. I'll tell you up front, that's actually what I like about you. I like busy. Busy people are busy, and busy people are always getting something done. So give me a call when you get a chance. I just want to grab a time for us to connect. And you notice the speed. I'm not just saying it in speed because we're on a podcast. That is exactly how I do it. And as you can see, it's not my first time. It's verbatim, like the same every time, and it's just repetition. Ronnie doesn't answer. By the way, every time it's a text, okay? Every time I leave a voicemail, I leave a text. Now, that was what, like third call? So let's say fourth one, like a week later, I hit her up. Yo, Ronnie, hey, just real quick, wanted to connect with you. I know you work a lot of hours. I know you're busy. So now I'm going to give them a way out. You got to give them a way out because otherwise they don't call you back because now they're embarrassed that they took so long to call you back. So I say, hey, I know you're busy. I'm just trying to catch you at the right time. I know I'll catch you free one of these times. When you have an opportunity, shoot me a call back. All right, now we're a week in. I ain't got a call back or a text.
Right.
And by now, your friend, they left you on red. Says that they read your message, but they didn't reply. So now, here's where most people stop calling.
Right.
Because they go, oh, she's not interested. Well, that's a freaking loser mindset because Grant Cardone says 7 touches before a sale converts. So we've touched 4 times, which means I've done most of the work. Then I stop calling, and then Primerica calls one time, and PHP calls one time, and then somebody else calls one time, and then they recruit your chick. And you did the most work, but you stopped too close to the finish line, and someone else harvested your seed. And you want to know what they said when they go to that someone else? Oh my God, I was just thinking about this stuff. Like, it's crazy that the timing's right. I was just thinking about how I want to do something else. Well, they were thinking about it because you kept leaving them voicemails, but you stopped calling. Have you ever sat down with a client that said, I was just thinking about this? Like, in fact, I talked to someone else about it, and then I never heard back from them. And man, the timing's right. It's just the timing. Dude, that's someone else who stopped following up.
It's so true.
And you ever walk into an office or you're at the BPM and your friend comes walking up as a guest and they ain't your guest? Like, there's no more painful feeling than that. Okay? So then I'm going to have some fun because we're a week out and Ronnie's ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me?
I don't know. Now it's a game.
Yeah, now you're having fun with it. Well, I'm going to have some fun with it too.
I'm just trying to see how far you'll go.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, I just wanted to call you. I'm actually just passing by the Starbucks where we met. And it's cool, that you're ignoring me. It's all good. I'm not calling to bug you. I'm calling you because we pride ourselves on customer service. And the day I stop calling you is the day I stop providing you with customer service. So hit me when you're free. I know you got a lot going on. It's all good. Call me back. I'll talk to you soon. Hope you're doing well. Boom. Yeah. Drop a text.
Notice no frustration. You can't hear any frustration in his voice. No irritation. A slight sense of humor, right?
Right.
Just very lighthearted. I want to do a good job. I pride myself in what I do. So that's why I'm following up.
Right. Then do you call back?
I might.
She might call back.
I might.
But let's pretend she doesn't.
It's getting a little funny.
Because we all got some of these, right? So now I'm like, all right, you know what? Game on. See, to me, what's my mentality always?
Challenge accepted.
Mamba mentality. By the way, rest in peace to Kobe. So the Mamba mentality, challenge accepted. No matter what, I'm going to what? I'm going to call. So now I'm passing back by Starbucks and I'm like, hey, Ronnie. This is literally how I do it, guys. I'm not joking. Hi, Ronnie. This is Jay. I was driving by the same Starbucks again, and I remember the time we met. So if you're ever bored and you want to call somebody, you need someone to talk to, you could shoot me a call. I still want to connect with you. I really believe you're very highly underpaid. There's no way they're paying you enough. And I know it's timing. And so just hit me back when you get a chance. I'd love to sit down and talk. We've been interviewing all week. We're looking for people just like you. And I know you're ignoring me, but it's all good. I take it as a compliment. So when you get a chance, shoot me a call. And then I just have fun with it. The next call, Ronnie, hello. Are you alive? Are you alive? I wasn't even passing the Starbucks I met you. I'm passing another Starbucks, and it still made me think about you. There are not a lot of people in my life that ignore me. Besides my wife, my kids, right? Call me back. I want to talk to you. I believe you're the right person. At least let me scratch you off the list. And, at least we could say that it wasn't a good fit. So shoot me a call when you get a chance. Talk to you soon. And just have fun with it, guys. And you want to know what Ronnie's doing on the other side of the phone? What are you doing on the other side of the phone?
Laughing.
Are you going, this freaking asshole never stops calling me? No, probably not. You're probably like, dude, this guy's trying to recruit me. Listen to this voicemail, right? And you probably laugh every time you hear it. And someday, guess what Ronnie's gonna do? She's gonna answer the phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer.
And then I leave a voicemail. I'm like, dude, Ronnie, I'm happy you didn't answer this call because I realized halfway through the third ring that if you answered, I wouldn't even know what to say. I was already mapping out my voicemail. And then one of these days when I call, she's going to pick up the phone just because. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Cool. So that brings me to
So the answer is that you never stop following up.
That brings me to my next question because I'm sure. When do you definitely stop following up? I know we say never, but.
When they block you.
Yeah.
And when they block you, you stop following up, and then you give their number to someone else and have them follow up from a different phone number.
Or when they tell you to stop calling them.
Yeah, if they go, hey,
they cuss you out.
Can you stop calling me? You go, I mean, I can, but here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to just mark right here that the timing's not right. Mm-hmm. And one day, Ronnie, I'm going to stop calling you, but you need to make me a promise. I'm only calling you because I believe that you could do this, and I believe you could do better than what you're doing. So here's the deal. I'll stop calling you. But if you ever wake up and you're unhappy where you're at, you need to promise me that I'm your first phone call. Promise?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave you alone. Click.
And you can also tell them, like we said, pre-framing, right? So someone says, oh, you know what? I'm happy where I'm at. I love my job, blah, 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 right? It's just not, it's just not for me right now. I'm not open. Even though they gave you your number, it does happen, right? Because they're afraid to tell you no on the spot, so they just tell you no later on the phone.
Right.
So one thing that we definitely do when we're on the phone is we say, hey, I understand. I know timing's everything. Is it okay if I follow up with you? Because I still feel that this could potentially be a good fit, but like you mentioned, timing's everything. So is it okay if I give you a call, in a couple months just to see where you're at? Sure. If you guys had a good connection, you guys actually clicked, you guys get along well, then they'll be open to it. And if not, they'll tell you no, and you'll be like, all right, cool. You can scratch that one off your list.
That's so good. Is it okay if I follow up with you?
Yeah.
So good.
That way, when you call them back in 2 months and they already told you that they weren't open, you're just like, hey, I told you I'd follow up with you in 2 months. That's what I'm doing.
And you got permission.
Yeah, they said okay.
As long as they give you permission, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Find ways to connect with people. Use Instagram. Hey, what's your Instagram? Let's at least, stay in touch.
Right. Talk about that because that's something we do a lot, and that's something we didn't plan to talk about. But how is Instagram? What for us? Because I know the answer to this, but I get asked about this a lot when I go to other offices. Is how does social media help you? And people think that I get all my directs off social media, but that's not true.
No.
Not at all. But talk about how we use that for follow-up.
So we use Instagram, social media as number one, as our modern day business card. Because we do have business cards. He has them, I have them. But let's be honest, whenever somebody gives you a business card. I have business cards? Yeah, you have business cards. Whenever you give somebody a business card, or whenever somebody gives you a business card, you throw it away or you lose it, you put it in a pocket, you put it in your wallet, it just gets buried. And so Instagram is your real life business card. And it's way more powerful because not only does, it show your business life, hopefully, it shows your personal life, which hopefully is also incongruent with, your business life. But
for a lot of you, it shows your alcohol life.
Yeah, that's a whole, we can talk about that in a different episode because we got a lot to say about.
Maybe we did a social media episode.
Yeah, maybe we do. But let me just give you the rundown. People want to see that you're a real person, and they need to see that you're not, people are so paranoid nowadays. They need to see that you're not a scam artist. You're a real person, and Instagram adds credibility. We're in that day and age where it definitely adds credibility, and it allows you to stay in touch with people where it doesn't take a lot of your time because you can comment on their posts, you can reply to their stories, you can stay fresh in their mind. So maybe the timing's not right now, but it will be eventually, and they'll think of you when the timing is right.
It's so good. That's powerful.
So use that to follow up as well.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot when you're getting prospects and things like that. It's definitely a good idea to exchange Instagrams as long as yours looks okay.
One thing that you said that was powerful was you said, as long as your business life is congruent with your personal life, or your personal life is congruent, meaning that they're all in alignment with one purpose, your values, everything lines up.
Yeah.
You can't be businessman one day, alcohol, freaking partying, strip club, like all this nonsense, does not line up with your business. So that's not going to help you in your follow-up game.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely think that would be a good topic.
Yeah, that could be a topic.
But so stop following up when they cuss you out or they block you or, one of those things. Right?
By the way, if that ever happens, that means you're doing a bad job following up because that's never happened to me.
Or you're prospecting the wrong people.
Yeah.
You're attracting the wrong people to you. If you're really prospecting people who could speak to you in such a disrespectful manner, maybe you got to check who you're attracting.
And remember, sometimes you just catch someone on a bad day.
That's true. Yeah.
A lot of times we take things personally, but you don't know what someone's going through. You never know what's going through someone's head. And they may have just lost their job. Oh, that reminds me of something. I'll just tell you guys a quick story real fast on follow-up because it's just happened 2 days ago.
Right.
So 3.5 years ago, someone smashed my window on my brand new Audi. I had an Audi S6, and they smashed the window. I take it to the dealership. Enterprise sends me a rental car. So the guy bringing me the rental car is a guy named Jared. And super sharp, just a good dude, good energy, genuine. I really like the guy. And so every time I get an Enterprise rental car, I always get the Enterprise person's contact info because Enterprise has such a great, thorough training program. And a lot of the people that they hire are people fresh out of their MBA. They get their MBA degree and they get a job at Enterprise because there's a lot of room for promotion. So I get the guy's contact info. I don't think I ever actually called the guy. I'm pretty sure he was one that slipped through and I forgot and I never called him. So the other day I'm going through my phone under prospect and I'm just following up. I'm literally making these funny phone calls. And I send Jared a text. And the text just said hey man, I'd love to get together and chat with you, see what's new. I don't remember how long ago it was. We'd connect. He goes, who's this? I send him a picture of us. I still don't know if he remembers or not. But I told him, you did my rental car. You probably don't remember. Anyways, hey, man, I really liked your energy. We're in a massive expansion. I'd love to connect with you and just see, if it'd be a good fit. And so anyways, we go back and forth. I don't get an appointment. I booked him for BPM. He couldn't come. He told me he's married now. He's got a couple foster kids that are part of his family now, and he wasn't available. So I said, well, when can we meet then? And he left me on red on Tuesday. So it says red at 3:32 in the afternoon. I'm like, dude, leave me on red. Didn't even reply. 48 hours later, I'm sitting in my office, and mind you, it was 3.5 years ago when I prospected him. I'm sitting in my office, and I get a missed call from him. And then I get a text from him that says, call me, ? So I call him. I go, what's up, buddy? And he goes, bro, I just got laid off. And I'm like, what? I was like, when? He's like, 20 minutes ago. I called my wife, and you were my next phone call. You want to know why he called? Because when I talked to him, I said, if you ever wake up unsatisfied, I want to be your first call. And I wasn't his first call. His wife was. But I was the next call. And my response was, I guess you have plenty of time to talk now. So we booked a one-on-one. But my point is that came from follow-up. Follow-up. So talk
Okay.
about timing, because timing's a big deal. I think timing is everything.
Right. And we talk about this all the time because like you mentioned, sometimes you take it as a rejection that they say no. But really it's just because they're not unsatisfied.
Right.
They're happy with where everything's at. You have to be missing something. You have to be unsatisfied to want to try something new, right?
Yeah,
And so that's
'cause
why timing's everything.
he wasn't unsatisfied on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then on Thursday he was calling me.
Right. Which is a good point because sometimes we think, oh, it's going to take years for them to become unsatisfied. No, sometimes it just takes one day, 24 hours, literally, for somebody. If you've ever had the experience of being laid off, most of the time you don't see it coming.
Right.
Or you have an idea that it's possible, but it just completely, blindsides you. So that's why it's important to stay in front of people. And just remember, timing's everything. Sometimes we get so much into our own heads and we're just like, oh, we take it as a personal rejection that they keep not answering, not responding, leaving us unread, right? Or telling us no. But in reality, it's just, we're just planting seeds and waiting for the right time.
Yeah. My mentality behind prospecting and timing, which this is the reason that I don't get frustrated when people say no, is that everyone goes through this emotional roller coaster. It just in life in general. Some go on an emotional roller coaster every day. Some go on it every hour. But for people, life is not always highs or always lows. There's a series of both.
Right.
So when someone's at the top, like they just got a promotion, man, they're not dissatisfied. They're fired up. When someone just landed their job, their dream career, that hasn't kicked their butt long enough yet because they just got there. So they're not open because they're happy. Someone just got a raise. Any of these things, these are things that, or they're just loving their freaking job. Like they love their boss. They love what they do. These are moments in someone's career where they're not looking for something else. But what happens the day that you lose your job? Now all of a sudden, like life falls out from underneath you, and you're open, or you get to work and your boss pisses you off. Now you're open, or it's a negative work environment, or you don't make enough money. These are all reasons. These are points in that emotional roller coaster where someone's down on the lower half.
Right.
No matter how much money they make, they're not happy. Or no matter how happy they are, they don't make enough money. So when you're following up, the reason you're following up is because people are going through this. And if you happen to ring their phone at a point where their little journey is on the lower half, you get an appointment.
And that's why it's so important to stay in business long enough to reap your harvest.
Oh, that's so good.
You have to. The seeds that you're planting today, most likely they're not going to, every once in a while you'll get lucky and tomorrow, somebody will pop up and and be ready to get started. But most of the time it's going to be, a month, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. We've had people 2 years later.
We had 6 directs in January, and one I met a month before that. One I met 3 years. Who are they? Gage was 1 month. Critzia was 3 years. Edgar was 3 years. Christian was 1 year. I can't even remember all the directs anymore. Oh, Jacob was a referral from someone who told me no. And then, so we had 5 directs. And of those 5 directs, 3 of them were outside of 1 year. 2 of them were 3 years.
Yeah, so you have to let timing do its magic. That's bottom line is that you're in business for the long term and not the short term. So you gotta.
And it doesn't mean that it's going to take you 3 years to get a direct. It means that you have to fill your pipeline. So once the pipeline is full, things pop every day.
Right.
But you got to fill it.
And follow up. Yes.
Sweet.
All right.
Cool. Hopefully that helps.
Yes. Hopefully that helps. And guys, don't forget, to comment, YouTube, subscribe, share it, leave us a bunch of comments on what you guys want to hear. We're definitely making up a list and trying to check everything off as we go. And we're just excited to keep helping, and hopefully you keep finding value in all these.
Yeah, don't be selfish either. Interact with other people.
Yeah, feel free to comment on other people's comments too, because
people appreciate it.
We know that you guys have, different points of view and different environments where you come from. So we know that you guys can help each other as well.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
All right, guys, we're done.
Love you guys.